Here we go. Today's topic is about the 29th of February, or February 29th. For some of you it is today, but New Zealand, remember, we live in the future and it's already in March. But for some of you it is the 29th of February. And why do we have this extra day in February this year? If you know, just let us know in the chat. So go. While I wait for your responses, let's jump into the lesson. First, I have a question for you. What is leap day? What is a leap day? These words appear in the chart just here. It says leap day. What is leap day? What does it mean? Today, you're going to learn a lot of vocabulary and lots of fun stuff too. So what is a leap day? While I wait for your answers, let's just go to have a look at this. Our planet, planet Earth, takes approximately 365.25 days to orbit, to go around the sun. Now, did you notice how I said that number? Leap day with the frogs, that's cool. 365.2 days. 365.2 days. I'm going to move that so I can see it a little. There we go. 365.25 days. Point. Why? In English, we use a point and not a comma to show less than 1. Okay? So we use that dot, but we say point. 365.25 days. You notice in some, I think in European countries, and I think in some of the Latin American countries, use a comma to show less than 1. But in English, we use the dot. Okay, so 365.25 days. But when we talk about money, then we can say the two-digit numbers, $5.25. But when there's a point there, we normally say, but when we're not talking about money, we normally say the numbers individually, like one by one, when talking about less than 1. Okay, so it's 365.25 days, not a comma. But if we talk about money, like dollars or euros or something, it's $5.25. Then we can just use those two digits. So let's go back to here. So our planet, this planet is, we're on planet Earth. Yeah, sometimes I forget. Our planet Earth takes approximately 365.25 days to orbit the sun. What does orbit mean? To go around the sun. Now, that's not exactly... That is not exactly 365 full days. That 0.25 means a quarter, or 0.25 means, in English we say a quarter. So it takes an extra quarter of a day for our planet to orbit around the sun, which is around 6 hours. And this tiny difference, tiny means small, this tiny difference of a quarter of a day, or those 6 hours, adds up over time. You can hear an echo. Oh, adds up. Where is this echo? Okay, so you can hear an echo in there. Sorry about that. Let's go back, just want to double check. Going through. Aline. Why can I hear 2 sounds? It's probably because of that one there. Okay, I gotcha. I can hear the echo too. Not good number. Okay. Should be sorted now. Is it okay for you? Is it okay? Yeah. Sweet. Okay, so what was I saying? Okay. So we've got 360. So we're going to look at just some numbers for now. So that it's an extra day, which is about 6 hours. This tiny difference, tiny means small. This tiny difference of a quarter of a day, which is 6 hours, adds up over time, causing the time of the seasons to be slightly different every year. But very quickly, what are the names of the seasons in English? There are 4 seasons? The 4 Seasons by Vivaldi. There are 4 seasons. What are the names of the 4 seasons? Very simple. Winter, spring, summer, and fall or autumn. Fall is in US English, and autumn, we don't pronounce the N at the end. Don't know why it's there. Autumn is in British English. Okay? So, what do we do to fix this? To fix this, we use leap days. Every 4 years, we add an extra day to the calendar at the end of February. Normally, February has 28 days, but every 4 days, it has 4 days. Every 4 years, it has 29 days. And this extra day, February the 29th, is called a leap day. Okay? A leap year, which is different, is a year that has 366 days. 366 days instead of 365 because of the extra day, the leap day added to the end of February. Now, something that you need to know is when we give the date in English, we use ordinal numbers. I just want to move this over a little bit so I can see it. Here it is. So we use ordinal numbers. What are ordinal numbers? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, etc. So we have March, it says March 7, but we say March 7th in American English. And the order changes in British English. It is the 7th of March. Be careful when you're writing it. Where is it? Over here. Because in American English, they have the month 3, the day 7, and then the year. But in the rest of the world, we have the 7 for the day, the 3 for the month, and the 17. Okay? So just be careful when you're writing the date in English. It's best to write the month in words. So that's quite important. So, what day is leap day? What day is leap day? It is February 29th. Okay, February 29th. Be careful of the 9. It's N-I-N-T-H. There's no E in there. Just the spelling's like that. But you say 9th. So be careful with the spelling. Or 29th of February. They're both correct. Just depends on where you live. Now, something important to do when you're learning new vocabulary is to look for words and phrases associated with the new word you're trying to learn. For example, we have leap year and leap day. Leap year and leap day. These all come from the verb to leap. Okay? And what does to leap mean? Leap is similar to jump. But what's the difference? Jump is the most common general term for this type of movement where you push yourself off the ground with your feet. Our definition here is, what is it? Propel yourself upward and forward with your feet, leaving the ground momentarily. It's like just for a short amount of time. If you're not doing it a short amount of time, you're like hovering in the air. So what is the difference between jump and leap? They are similar, but the verb leap is a little more specific. It emphasizes a greater distance or greater effort. So there's a little difference in meaning between the two verbs, and knowing this difference helps you be more specific when speaking or writing in English. But these are just two verbs describing a similar type of movement, but there are more ways to talk about jumping and leaping. Can you think of any other verbs that are similar? Let me know in the chat. Let's have a look. Here are 10 verbs referring to some type of jumping action. We have bound, dive, hop, hurdle, jump, launch, don't confuse it with lunch, launch, leap, pounce, spring, and vault. Let's quickly look at each verb. For example, bound, to move with long, powerful jumps with two legs. It implies a greater distance and greater force than a jump. For example, the gazelle, type of animal, bounded across the plain. Across the land. It bounded. It's like make these great, long, powerful jumps. Dive is also a form of jumping. For example, to jump with a head first movement downwards into water, or sometimes you can dive sideways or forward through the air, like if you're playing football or soccer or something like that, you can do that. For example, or if you're in the middle of the street, you shouldn't be in the middle of the street, he dived out of the way of the out of control car. So it wouldn't hit him, of course. We have hop, another verb. Hop means a quick, light jump with both feet leaving the ground simultaneously. Also, it can mean to jump up on one leg. Get one leg up and you hop on one leg. Children do that. But an example is the kangaroo hopped across the field looking for food. So they hop, okay? What else we have? Hurdle, okay. To hurdle is to jump over an obstacle while running. Often used, hurdle is often used in a race or competition. For example, the children practiced hurdling over low fences in the backyard. These are all forms of jumping. Hurdling. There's an obstacle, the fence, so they try and jump over it. Of course, we have jump, which I've already mentioned. Propel yourself upward or forward with your feet, leaving the ground momentarily. So for example, the dog jumped onto the bed and woke them up. Launch means to propel or send something or someone into motion or into the air, often with an initial burst of energy. For example, the gymnast launched herself high into the air. There's a lot of energy to launch yourself, to propel yourself up into the air. Performing a breathtaking somersault. So that is launch. Leap, we've mentioned, similar to jump, but emphasizes greater distance or greater effort. For example, the stunt performer leaped from one building to the next. There's a bit of a distance between buildings. Like Superman would have to do that. Another one, pounce. To pounce is to suddenly, to forcefully jump, to attack or grab something. Now, to pounce is often used with animals. For example, the lion pounced on the unsuspecting zebra because it was just suddenly unexpected to try and grab the zebra. Or you can say zebra. Both ways are possible. Spring is a light, quick, and graceful leap, which emphasizes suddenness, agility, an upward movement. For example, past tense of spring, you could say sprang. The cat sprang onto the counter in the kitchen, surprising everyone. It's like, oh, it like sprang. So it's down and suddenly jumped up. And the other verb that we have is vault, which is to jump over something with the help of your hands, arms, or a pole. It emphasizes an acrobatic nature. For example, he vaulted over the counter and rushed to the entrance to see what was happening outside. He was curious to know. So these are general distinctions in meaning. Some words or verbs, these are all verbs, have overlapping meanings, and some can be used interchangeably depending on the context. Most of the verbs in this list here can be replaced by the generic verb jump, but it is best to use the more specific verb when you're using these verbs here. So use the more specific version. Not just jump. Everyone says jump. So let's go have a look. Anything in the chat there? Hello, Dana. Yannick. Hannah's also here. How's it going? See, so some new words for you there. We got hurdle for you is new, pounce and vault. That's what we're here for, to learn some new words. How did I do that? Okay, so let's have a look at this. So we've learned some new verbs. Let's go look at an idiom. So here is an English idiom. By leaps and bounds is an idiom that is not directly related to leap year or leap day, but it does include two words associated with leaping or jumping. Those two words appear here, leap and bound. Okay? So, okay, let's have a look. So what does the idiom by leaps and bounds mean? It is used to describe rapid or significant progress or improvement in something. It emphasizes the speed and magnitude in something. It emphasizes the progress. When something is progressing by leaps and bounds, it means that it is advancing quickly or in large amounts. And this idiom often implies that the progress is remarkable or, wow, it's impressive. For example, we've got three examples here. Since she started practicing the piano every day, her skills have improved by leaps and bounds. So it has improved remarkably or impressively. Another example. AI technology is advancing by leaps and bounds, making it difficult to keep up. And another one. The company's profits have been growing by leaps and bounds since they introduced their new product. So these are different ways of using the idiom leaps and bounds. The idiom can be used for positive or negative progress. Normally it's positive. For example, you could say something negative. The cost of living is rising by leaps and bounds. But normally it is associated with something positive. Let's go have a look. Hello Ines. How's it going? And Rosario. Right, so we've seen some verbs. We've seen some, what do we see? An idiom. Guess what we've got now? Let's go have a look. We have a joke. Now, sometimes jokes can be difficult to understand when learning another language, but in this section, we have a joke. Here it is. What is a frog's favorite time of year? Leap day. Yes, I know. It was pretty bad, but you got to do it. What is this animal over here? It's a frog. And what do frogs normally do? They eat flies. No, they jump. Okay, they eat flies, but they normally jump too. So what is another way of saying jump? We've already seen it. Leap. So what is a frog's favorite time of year? Drum roll. It is leap day. Yes, I know. Terrible joke. Okay. Now, not only that, we have some more information. Let's go. The probability of being born on a leap day, remember that's the February the 29th, using ordinal numbers, is approximately this here. How do you say these numbers? 1 in... How do we say these numbers? We say 1 in 1,461. Notice how in English we divide larger numbers with a comma and not a dot or a point. For example, the number 1 million would have 2 commas, 1, 000, 000. And how do we say the other number below it, just there? That is a percentage. It's 0.0684%. If you can read that one there, it's 0.0684%. Remember, we use a point to show less than 1. And we generally say those numbers individually, one by one. So, what do we say? The probability of being born on a leap day, February 29th, is approximately 1 in 1,461, or 0.0684%. Difficult? Of course not. And not only that, we have some more. People born on February the 29th are known as Lieblings. Yes. Did you know that people born on February 29th are known as Lieblings? Now don't worry, most native speakers don't even know this. But it's something interesting to know, and you might see this word occasionally written in newspapers. Well, every 4 years it'll be written in a newspaper, or you will hear it on the news or on TV. Since yesterday was the 29th of February for us here in New Zealand, I remember seeing it in the news. They interview people who celebrate their birthday on the 29th of February, and they use this word Lieblings in the video, in the broadcast, in the interview. So something interesting to know. And on the topic of people born on Leap Day, I have some questions for you. Do you know anyone that was born on Leap Day? I don't. Do you know anyone, Ange? No, you don't either. Trying to think. It's not often. It's like it's a very small possibility. But this is the part that I enjoy. It is us practicing English. It's time to practice English. Someone knows someone. Yes. That's awesome. Do they like it? Do they hate it, or what? Okay. It's time to practice your English. Here are 3 conversation questions about leap days. Remember leap day? February 29th. Let's have a look. Question 1. Have you ever seen a movie or read a book about someone born on February 29th? Or about that day in general? Not necessarily just born on that day, but about that day in general. Another question. I'll show you the questions. Question 2. Do you think there are any advantages or disadvantages to being born on February 29th? Are there any advantages or disadvantages? And question 3, If you were born on February 29th, how would you celebrate your birthday during non-leap years? Answer these questions in the comments below or in the chat right now. Let's go back to question 1. Have you ever seen a movie or read a book about someone born on February? Let's go have a look. My little sister was born. Elaine says, Matua. My little sister was born on that day. And how does she feel about this? How does she feel about being born on the 20th? Does she like it? Does she hate it? Or is it like frustrating? You don't know. Yannick says you don't know any films about it. I wasn't born on leap day. No, I'm not special at all. Being born at that one. No one knows it. Okay. There is actually a movie. There's this movie? Mm-hmm. I think I've seen it too, actually. It was a movie from 2010. Remember the years? 2010. We're in, 2024 now. There was a romantic comedy, or not a comedy. No, it was like a romantic movie, a rom-com. A romantic comedy. A rom-com called Leap Year. And it follows a woman who travels to Ireland to propose to her boyfriend on Leap Day. Because there's this Irish tradition where in Ireland, where the 29th of February, it's also called Bachelor's Day, it's a tradition where women can propose to men, flipping the traditional gender roles. Have you seen that movie? And going back to Elaine, she's feeling very, very special. And how is she going to celebrate it this year? This year is a leap year. Is she doing something special? Because finally, she can celebrate her birthday on the official day. So how would you celebrate it? That's another question. Have you seen this movie? So you haven't seen that movie. So this movie is called, in English, Leap Year. I don't know what it is in another language. Do you know what it is? Año bisiesto. That was it in Spanish. Okay? Yeah. So, and it's interesting because, and in some countries, because, okay, in general, until recently, you could say, it was the man who would propose to a woman or to their partner. Okay, they would propose any time of year. But on February the 29th, the roles change. And this movie is about this woman who went specifically to Ireland to propose to her boyfriend at the time. And of course, as in a romantic comedy, crazy things happened, and it's a lot of fun. So if the opportunity, watch it, because you have the opportunity to see all about Ireland, which is interesting. Okay, so I want to see that movie. Watch it. It's interesting. It's very light entertainment, as most rom-coms are. But it still can be entertaining. So what do you think of this tradition where it's the lady that's proposing to the man? We saw a short video about this, like last week or something like that, where the lady was proposing after knowing the man for only 2 weeks. She was like, "Will you marry me?" And he's like, "But we only known each other for 2 weeks." Doesn't mean he has to accept. He doesn't have to accept. He can accept, or he doesn't have to accept. As in every proposal. So to propose is when you go to a person is like saying, "What do you say? Be my man. Be my wife." No. What do you say? You say, "Will you marry me?" And the other person says, nah. No, they will say, "Oh yes, I'm really happy to accept your offer." So going back to the chat here, what else is there? I've read about leap year and leap day, but it's not an important topic. Yeah, but the reason we're doing this today is because of all the vocabulary and everything like that. I watched that movie. I didn't like her ex-boyfriend, and I'm glad she didn't marry him. Spoiler alerts. Okay, you don't have to watch the movie now because, Francine just... Yeah. You should put next time put spoilers. But yes, just so you know, that might happen. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm glad she didn't. Because she met someone else. Oh, more spoiler alerts! No! Okay. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. If you want to watch the movie, just close your ears. Everyone dies. Okay. So yeah. So that is one example. But I can't. There is a operetta, which is like a type of opera, which is shorter, and I think it's like more like comedy or something like that. Don't worry, Francini. And it's about from memory, it's called The Pirates of Penzance. Was it Gilbert and Sullivan or something like that? Sullivan or something like that? I can't remember who wrote it. But it's an operetta. And we use that in English because operas things are normally in Italian. And what happens, it's about a pirate. Spoiler alert, no, it's not bad. It's like the whole thing is about this. It's about a pirate who they said, yes, you have to work for us for 21 birthdays. The problem is his birthday was on the 29th of February. So it wasn't like 21 years, it was 21 birthdays. So 21 by 4 is a big number. No, 84 years. So this opera or operetta is about this story. So that's another example of someone being born on the 29th of February. And some people, they say, oh yeah, I'm only 4 years old. In reality, they're 16 because they only celebrate their birthday on that day. Nope, I didn't have a birthday in 2025 or 2026. Nope, so it doesn't count. So they're younger in theory, okay? Let's go to the next question. Number 2. Do you think there are any advantages or disadvantages of being born on February 29th? This is your opportunity. Go into the chat. What are some advantages of being born on February 29th? And what are some disadvantages? I'll give you a little bit of time to put your answers in the chat while I have something to drink. What are some advantages? What did Ange write in the chat? Leap year, a movie. Anna Brady decides to travel to Dublin, Ireland, to propose to her boyfriend Jeremy. Ooh, remember Jeremy's not mine. On 29th of February, a leap day. However, she faces several hindrances. Hindrances are like inconveniences or like small obstacles during the journey. Yeah, so that's basically the synopsis about that movie. Okay, waiting for your comments. What's an advantage of being born on that day? You're special. I don't know.
Eternal youth.
Eternal youth? Like me, I'm eternally youthful.
Exactly the same.
I think a disadvantage is that, yeah, you celebrate your official birthday only once every 4 years. It would be nice. It's like a conversation thing. Ah, yeah, I was born on 29th of February. It's like, ooh, and people will ask you the same question. Everyone's going to ask you the same question, which is, when do you celebrate your birthday? On the 28th of February or the 1st of March? Yeah. Has to be the unique birth date. Yes. The only disadvantage that comes to mind is that they can't say that they can say that advantage, sorry. I've got to read this correctly. The only advantage that comes to my mind, says Francini, is that they can say they're not aging. My birthday's on the 29th because I'm not really this age. I'm only like 14 or so. Comes to mind is that they say they're not aging. Maybe also they can appear in the news, and that happens every 4 years. They get a phone call. It's like, okay, it's time for us to interview again, and they're like, oh, again, typical. And they want to celebrate their birthday, but all of the news and the cameras, interviews is like, yeah, come on. Some Lieblings choose to celebrate over 2 days. I love that. February 28th, and March the 1st when it's not a leap year. This extended celebration allows for more festivities and enjoyment.
What a good idea.
I'm changing my birth date.
Oh, you.
Because normally I celebrate, my birthday's in January, I celebrate all month. It's 1 month of celebration. But I suppose for them it's good because like 28th and the 1st of March, I think that's a brilliant idea. My birthday's in January, that is all I say. So I expect presents every day. Every day. If you're wondering, Angie's sitting over there now, not over there. Because we changed the room. So, but you imagine if you're born in there, everyone would ask you, but when do you celebrate your birthday? And they're just like, they have a recorder. I would get a recorder and say, I celebrate my birthday on... Not very good conversation starter in that way, but anyway. So, going to question number 3. If you were born on February 29th, how would you celebrate your birthday during non-leap years? How would you do it? 28th of February or the 1st of March?
Both.
Okay, Anne just says both. She's like, okay, I would celebrate absolutely both days. I love that idea. Totally love that idea. You just skip it. He's like, oh no, it's not my birthday. No, but the presents, the birthday cake. Oh, so important. You gotta have some birthday cake. Yeah, it's like, how would you do it? You could stop it'd be interesting. How would you celebrate? Let me know in the chat. Go. I want to know. How would you celebrate it? So you just skip it? No, I wouldn't do that. You have to celebrate your birthday. Just for the chocolate cake. Nothing else, just for the chocolate cake. Okay, so while we're here, I want to test something with you. Oh, so we can't do it on here. Okay, good to know. So I just want to double check something here. As I mentioned before, yeah, I think I can do it. What we're going to do, as I mentioned before, would you like the chance of a free month channel membership to Woodward English here on YouTube? And I'm going to put a link in the chat which you can follow. I hope I can copy this. Okay, maybe not. There we go. Copying. You would celebrate it on the 28th, Claudia. I would celebrate on the 28th of February, the day before. I wouldn't celebrate because my birthday wasn't on February 29th. Yeah, but what? Using your imagination, Jacqueline, what would you do? Jose says on February 28th, the day before. Because if you're in South America or Latin America and it's February 28th, here in New Zealand, in theory, it's February 29th. So yeah, you could do that. Somewhere in the world, it's going to be like the 29th. So Francine says, I'll do it on March 1st. It would be the 29th. I would be the 29th in a leap year. Okay. Or you'd celebrate your birthday every 4 years. No, you've got to do it every year. And you agree with Yannick, which was celebrate both days?
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if this works. Okay, here we go. If you click on this, it might jump out of the chat or something like that. I'm not too sure. This is where you can opt in to be accepting gifts for channel membership. It's something that YouTube does. So yes, I recommend doing it now. This is the official, So if you would like to have the opportunity to have a channel membership here on Woodward English, just have to put accept gifts. I think you can do it. Allow gifts. Yep, so you just slide it to yes. That's all you have to do. You don't need to put an email. You don't need to do anything crazy like that. Just move a button. That's it. That way you'll be able to have the opportunity. So Yannick says, If I had been born on 29th of February in non-leap years, I would celebrate my birthday on either 28th or the 1st. This would allow me to have an annual celebration like everyone else. Yeah, but which one? I'd do both days. Okay, so yes, this is the official Woodward English channel membership where you will be able to see all of our we have exclusive videos for our channel members, just so you know. And you have the opportunity to win one. We have 5 that we're going to give away today. So you'll be able to see all of those exclusive videos. And of course, the part that I like is all of these. You can just do all of these crazy things. I'll show you 1 second. Here it is, coming along. You get to use these awesome emojis. You can use them in the chat. All of them, I don't know where all the members are today. They're all disappeared. Anyway. So, these are exclusive emojis and everything like that. You get to see our newsletter. So every month we do a newsletter about what's happening we have some phrasal verbs and we have some quotes and things in New Zealand, about New Zealand and just what we're doing and everything like that. Okay, if you've already done it, that'll be good. Okay, so I'm going to test this. Once you've opted in, you're eligible to receive it if you have interacted with our YouTube channel. For example, by watching videos, leaving comments on videos, participating in the chat like you've done here during a live session. And when you receive this gift membership, it will automatically be applied to your YouTube account. Never done this before. We're going to see how it works, or if it works. I hope it works. So you get all of these things. Just so you know, YouTube chooses who will receive the free membership. Not us, not Ange and I. It is YouTube. And I think it depends on how active you are in the channel. Yeah, so start watching all of those old ones. Now, let's see if we can make this work. Hopefully. Oh, Ange is writing something. I've got to click on here. And who will... Oh, okay, just waiting for Ange. Before we do that, have we got we've got no drum roll sound effects. Okay, who will receive the membership? Yeah, let's go. And if I click on here, showing your support, memberships, and let's see. Please work, please work. Let's go. Okay, so it's going round and round in circles. Ooh, Woodward English, gifted 5 Woodward English memberships, and it was YouTube, not me. Was gifted me. Yay! And finally, oh, that's crazy. Francini also is gifted a membership. Fabio Gaspar is also gifted a membership. Jean Carlos Carracco is also gifted a membership. And that is in Korean, so I can't actually pronounce that, unfortunately, at the moment. So yeah, congratulations to these 5 winners of our memberships. So well done. So go check out, you can use the mode, and you've already Ange. Oh, that is so funny. Ange is active in the chat. Ange is active in the chat. Ange is active leaving comments and things like that. I don't know how YouTube chooses these. And you get the little badge next to your name. So congratulations. Are you happy with that? Francini, Fabio, Giancarlos, and Korean person whose name I cannot pronounce. Anyway. So, next time... Also, I'm not too sure when we're going to be live again, but next time we're live, I'll give another, Ange and I will give another 5 memberships. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, put the notifications, and interact. Watch all of our old videos, everything like that. I really wish I could choose the people, because I know who is frequently here. If I could do it, my first options would be Umi and Jacqueline and the people that frequently come that I see in the chat. But unfortunately, it's YouTube that decides. But maybe next time. Next time we're live, you'll have the opportunity. So, I hope... Don't worry, Jacqueline. Maybe next time. It's not us that chooses, it's YouTube. Next time. So, there you go. So, Francini is in Italian. Francini, go check out the members community section. No, members section. I don't know. It says memberships. Go check out some of the things. Be like, oh, wow, lots of cool things there. And we've got a new member video coming up this week. A brand new one. So, do you have any questions about today? Anything about what we've seen or done? Let's just relax now. Have a relaxed conversation for a couple of minutes before... You love YouTube! You love YouTube! I saw what you did there, Omi. trying to manipulate the algorithm. That's it. Do that. That it might work. We don't know. It might work. Because I know me. You're active in the comment. You're always active in the live chats and also in the comments. So I don't know how it works. Next week there'll be a live stream again. No, there will not be a live stream next week, but it might be in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. We're gonna see how busy we are, because we love having this interaction with you.
Because the idea is to have this at least once a month.
Yeah, so the idea is to do this at least once a month. Yeah, it's at least once a month, just because we love having interaction with you. Just love chatting and everything like that. And you notice that I made the chat only available to people who subscribe to a channel, just to avoid spammers and things like that. Just makes it like nice and lovely people in the chat. So, anything else you'd like to mention or say? Any questions? We've got a minute or two. Anything else you'd like to say? Quickly, use those. the what do you call them? The emotes, emojis, whatever they're called. And if you want, go check out. I want to change some of them. So if you have any ideas for new emotes or emojis, let me know. Are those red hearts for me? Are they, Anne? Oh, so it chose you. That's so funny. Anyway, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for participating, and we will be live again. I'm not too sure when. Just make sure you're subscribed, click the notification, and it will come. Will there be a live stream in Woodward English and Spanish, teacher? No, not for now, because we're focused on Woodward English, but we're focused on some other things, which you'll hear about a bit later. Yeah, we will add some more videos to Woodward English in Spanish. Woodward English in Espanol. We'll add some more things there, but we're very, very busy right now with some work outside of Woodward English. That's why we haven't done a live stream over the last number of months or so. Creating a lot of resources for teachers. That's what we've been doing. We had to update our websites and creating, we had two solid months of updating our website and then creating resources for teachers around the world. So thank you for joining, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your leap day. And until next time, please stay safe. We'd like to give a big thank you to our current channel members. Your contribution helps Ange and I to continue to do what we do, which is drink wine. No! Teach English here on YouTube. It's not just English, because we help people learn languages. We've got Woodward culture, we've got Woodward games, we've got so many things. So thank you for joining us today, and we will see you next time. And as always, have an awesome day.